Hello everyone. In last videos I discussed about stakeholders and then marketing and sales. Now we are moving into a specific part of marketing that is called advertising and sales promotion. So every organization which is producing a commodity or providing any service must communicate the commodities and their unique selling proposition to the consumers or customers or clients, because if the consumer or the customer is not aware about the commodity, then they are not going to buy it. So the business firm must communicate that through to the customers and consumers, and in this highly competitive world the communication must be attractive and pursuing, so that the the customer or the consumer is compelled to at least consider the product as an alternative for their demand. So what is the meaning of advertising? So advertising includes all the activities required to prepare advertisement and disseminate them among the prospective customers so as to induce action in accordance with the intent of the advertiser. So presenting information about the product, service or idea in such a way that it should fulfill the purpose of the advertiser. So that is basically meaning of advertising. You can have a comprehensive definition given by American Marketing Association that advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation or promotion of ideas, goods or services by an identified sponsor. Now who is a sponsor? The sponsor means that person, company or organization which is paying for the advertisement. So what are the main features of advertising? Let's see. It is impersonal form of presentation or promotion of products, services or ideas. That means there is no face to face contact and there no one to one contact. Rather it is objected towards the mass. Advertising expenditure is paid form of communication. That means communication is done, and that too by paying. The advertising must be issued by an identified sponsor. The sponsor is that who is paying for the expenditure on advertisement. So there must be an identified sponsor. You see many kinds of advertisement on television, and there is always a sponsor. Sometimes private companies communicate in advertisement about their product, their features of product, their benefits of consuming that products, and sometimes government also give ads in issues in public interest. But then it comes that it is the state government or central government who is the sponsor of the advertisement. So there must be an identified sponsor. It is a form of mass communication. That means there is no personal one to one communication between the producer and the consumer. Rather it is form of mass communication. That means message is given to large number of people simultaneously, like on television, in newspapers, on radio, wherever ad is given, lakhs of viewers or crores of viewers watch it. So that is oriented towards a mass. That means numerous number of people. Advertising is different from publicity, which refers to communication of non-sponsored, commercially significant information about an organization or its product and services through non-personal media. So publicity means to only communicate the existence of any organization or any product, but advertising is persuasive. That means it has an objective of increasing demand or sustaining the demand, and that objective is totally followed in making advertisements. Let's see in detail what is the difference between advertising and publicity. So advertising is done by identified sponsor, and publicity, in the publicity, a sponsor may not be identified. Advertising is always paid by the sponsor, and in publicity, that is not directly paid by the sponsor. Nature. Advertisement nature is impersonal, and publicity may be personal or impersonal. The sponsor has direct control over the size and frequency of the message, and the sponsor does not have control on the size of and frequency of messages in case of publicity. Advertisement is less versatile. Versatile means how many directions any message is working. So versatility is there in publicity, in which it is objected towards all direction. The target is in all directions, but in advertising it is less versatile, and it is only following a particular direction. Object of advertisement is to stimulate and create demand for production or service, but publicity has the target of creating a favorable public opinion or positive attitude of the people towards the organization and its activities. Advertising has a commercial value, but publicity may or may not have commercial value. So these are the differences between advertising and publicity, and this is very important to note. Then let's see what are the objectives of advertising. So the ultimate objective is to sell something, a product, service, or an idea. But nowadays, advertisement has a wider objective. It's not about only selling, but it's also involves the involvement of buyers towards the decision making processes. So let's see one by one the points. Sometimes advertising is done to create demand for a new product or to introduce a new product into market. It creates awareness among the target segment of customers. Sometimes already ongoing product is introduced in new market, or it is supposed to attract new group of customers. So for that purpose also advertising is done. Competition is the main reason of advertising. If there is no competition, then if there is monopoly, then there is no need for advertisement. Only once if the customer or consumer become aware about the product, then there is no need for further advertisement. But to beat other products or to sell more than the competitors or to prove that a company's product is better than any other competitor, advertising is needed. Objective of advertisement is also to create brand preference and brand loyalty. Brand preference means when suppose you go to the market to buy something, any branded item, then there are several brands available there, but which brand are you going to buy? That is important. So suppose in case of cold drinks, there are many brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Limca, Fanta, but they have different tastes. But suppose Coca-Cola and Pepsi are both in comes in Coke flavor, so they both have near taste. The taste is very similar. So brand preference should be created among the customers so that brand loyalty can be maintained. Brand loyalty means when a customer or a consumer buys regularly the same brand and the repeated use have the same brand following. So that is called brand loyalty. It also supports a personal selling by making customers aware of the product. Like suppose uh, insurance is generally sold by personal sellers, that means salesmen, agents, but you will see that advertisement of insurance also comes on television, so that customer can become aware of the services provided by insurance company. And when personal sellers will go, they don't have to just tell the name of the company, and to recognize the company, customer will not take time, and they will start the process of personal selling. To enhance the goodwill of the firm by promising better quality at fair prices. So through advertisement, the goodwill of the firm of also increases. If any advertisement is coming on a reputed TV channel, or it is coming in reputed newspaper, you will have a positive uh, frame of reference in mind about that particular commodity. You will know that, you also understand that whenever you go to buy something, if ad is coming on TV, people generally think that this product is good, and the prices charged will be fair. Distributors, finding distributors or dealers is another problem of the company. How to distribute the product by causing less cost to the revenue. So if any products advertisement is coming on television or in a reputed newspaper, it will be easier for the company to find new dealers and distributors. Sometimes personal selling is not possible in every case, like selling of low value items. That always does not involve personal selling, like toothpaste, toothbrushes. So all these kind of low value items are not sold by salesmen. So those people who are inaccessible by the method of personal selling or the salesman, that maybe those may be reached by advertisement. It is also used, advertisement is also used to warn the public against imitations or spurious products. You will often um, you will often think that listen that in advertisement, नकल चीज़ों से सावधान, नकली प्रोडक्ट से सावधान. So all these have objective of making consumer aware of the imitated product in the market. Sometimes a special sign is also given, new signs are also given, new symbols are also given, like a hologram sticker is given sometimes on a product package. So how the consumer will become know about that? Only through advertisement they can be communicated that this is our new packaging, this is our new product, and this is the new feature added in the product. So all these things are done through advertisement. Now let's see what is the importance and merit of advertisement. So advertisement is very much needed in this cutthroat competition market nowadays. Every company is making products similar to each other. Any product which is newly launched is copied by the competitors, whereas New players also enter market regularly. So there are many merits and demerits of advertisement also. So let's see first what are the merits of advertising. So there are several different segments which get benefited by advertising. So let's see one by one. To producers and traders, competition is always there in the market, and to for meeting those competition and to maintain the sales and market share, the advertisement must be done. Every business involves some fixed capital cost, and when that is invested, the company must carry on its production activity to realize the capital invested, and that is only possible if a steady demand is maintained in the market. So for maintaining the steady demand, the advertisement must be done. Any company which wants to grow requires increased sales volume to grow in the market. So that must be achieved through only advertisement. Whenever new features are added, new products are launched, that is advertised, and consumers become aware about that, aware about the advantages associated with the product. So sales volume rises. Any new product, if introduced in market, must be communicated effectively to the consumers or the customers. How this is done? Only through advertisement. To achieve the economies of a scale, that means when any company is operating on a large scale, it gets some advantages. For example, if raw material is bought in bulk and in large amount, the prices becomes lower. It is also easier to manage that kind of firm. So economies of scale arises whenever there is high production scale. Goodwill is also created through advertisement, and you will see many ads in which you will immediately feel that a positive attitude is being made in your mind, and that is done through effective advertisement techniques. Employees' morale also boosts due to advertising. Any advertisement when comes on television, on reputed channels in during the most busiest of TV watching time, the employee feels that this is my company and I am working with that company, and nobody is to be communicated about in what company I am working, where it works, what is its products. So employees morale basically boosts due to that. Then comes what is the merit of advertising to the customer. Customer has convenience in choosing the product, in identifying, in having knowledge of product. Consumers are educated through this. They become aware of about the product and its competitors. They can evaluate the alternatives properly, and they can choose the most good quality thing according to their need on the lowest of the prices available. Customers get better quality things by the available competition in the market, and they get benefited by the same. Consumer surplus is used in economics when, suppose I will tell it by an example. Suppose you go to buy a shoe and that shoe costs rupees 500, but you expect that the price should have been much more than that, rupees 700. Then that 200 is your surplus. That means the difference between the expected price of the product and the actual price of the product is consumer surplus if the actual price is lower. So that is got by advertising. How? That when advertising is done, consumer becomes aware about the product, and they build a positive image of the product, and when the prices are offered, he thinks that this price is lower, much lower than the actual price of the product. That is also done through advertisement. What is the benefit to the society? Let's see. So employment is generated because the advertising has grown into a separate branch of management or marketing. So it gives employment to many people. Many people are involved in advertising agencies, in putting up hoardings, the physical works associated with advertising. So that has become a separate industry. It provides society higher standard of living by offering better quality and different products, and many products which are even not known to the customer, they become aware about that, and they buy it, they use it. Sustains the press. You know, the cost of printing the newspapers or magazines is much more than their prices, but we can get them at very less price only due to advertisement. The advertisers bears the cost of printing the newspaper, and we are charged much less than the actual cost of the newspaper. So it helps to sustain the press. It also causes to research and development. Research and development has to be done if competition is much more, and people have to be persuaded by offering new features of products. So research and development must be done. You will see nowadays that every product is renewed or revised regularly, so that to maintain the demand of the product. That is only possible through advertisement. Incentive to progress. The progress of the product is given incentive. Incentive means like bonus. If any extra advantage is got, the society gets incentive for progress, for developing new products. So in this way, we get day by day better, and we can use different kind of products. Art and culture also develops due to this. Sometimes you will see that in advertisement our family culture or our culture of our country is shown to sell the product. Sometimes it also causes us to uh, think back about our own art and culture. So all these were merits of advertising. About demerits I will discuss in the next video. Thanks. Stay safe and stay home, and keep studying. Read the study materials which I provide with the videos, and then listen to this video. Thanks.